Oh my goodness, what is happening, everybody? What's going on? What's going down in your part of the world? Happy Monday. It's a Garfield Monday because our friend Garfield, he hates Mondays. But let's flip it. Let's love this Monday. Let's get after it. You know, but I do have some deep love for Garfield. I have had this, found this when I was back home in New Jersey. Had this when I was a kid. Garfield, oh, he guides me. He guides me. Garfield is a cat of leisure. And you know what? We've all been there. We've all been there. We've all had bad Mondays. We've all had like where's that three day weekend? But hopefully many of you have off and many of you are observing the special day that is this Monday, honoring the late Dr. Martin Luther King. Happy King Day, everybody. Hope you are observing. Take a moment out of your day to think about the important messages, the works, the life, the journey of Dr. Martin Luther King, MLK Jr. Day. Yeah, gotta mention that. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that later. And but otherwise, I hope your Monday's going great. I hope your weekend was good. I hope it didn't go off the rails. I hope you didn't hang out with Omicron this weekend. I hope you're well and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you being here with me, your pal Hal. And today we're gonna have so many good times throughout the next 2 hours. What are we going to do? Pop culture, nonsense and comedy, news, maybe a little bit of a sports update, big NFL playoff weekend, got a game tonight. So, yeah, it's going to be, as they say, it's going to be on and popping. Oh, we're going to be popping off. We're going to be popping off like a Roman candle today. So, I appreciate you being here. We're going to have plenty of fun. And I would love it if you would participate in today's show, interactive style. Let me know what you're up to, what your weekend was like, and just generally what you're snacking on. We are very pro snack here on the Your Pal Hal show on Backchannel. All right? So if you want to talk to me, Hal Rudnick, aka your pal Hal, you can do it a couple of different ways. You can chat with us on your smart device, okay? If you are listening to us on your in-home smart device, here's what you do. You get your smart device's attention, you use the magic word say, and then you put in anything you want after that. So, smart device say, I'm hanging out in my pajamas. Smart device say, working from home. Smart device say, woo-wee, I had one heck of a weekend. And, we already got a shout out from my mom, and she is talking to us via YouTube. You can go to YouTube and chat with us there. And you can also go to backchannel.tv. Backchannel.tv and let us know what you're up to. Also, if you hit up backchannel.tv, go ahead and leave a review for the Your Pal Hal show. Let us know, Your Pal Hal, I think you should shave your head. Your Pal Hal, I think you should bring in more weird characters. Your Pal Hal, why don't you dress up and put on a tie for the show? Let us know whatever you want. Or you could say, Your Pal Hal, keep up the good work. I am feeling it. Kobe in the great state of Alabama, hello. Hope you're having a good one. Hope your Monday is treating you right. Hasn't gone off the rails yet. And we've got a lot to get to. We're going to be here from it's 11:08 here in the home office in Los Angeles, California. We're going to be here till 1 o'clock in Los Angeles. It is 2:08 in the great state of New Jersey, my home state, on the East Coast. 2:08 on the East Coast. Going to be here till 4, and it is 1:08 in Omaha, Nebraska. We'll be there till 3. Hey, are you across the pond in Great Britain? 7:08 there. Going to be there till 9. Covering a lot of bases. Covering a lot of time zones here. We are live. We are with you. Thank you for hanging out with your pal Hal and helping us make sense of everything, helping us bushwhack our way through the jungles of streaming is producer Travis. Producer Travis, what's happening?
Hello.
Hello, Travis. What'd you get up to this weekend?
Oh,
Birthday weekend for Travis. Big birthday weekend. You know what? You're
birthday
still birthday
weekend.
boy.
Thank you. I'm gonna drag this out as long as I can.
Oh yeah.
Birthday was a good day. Did the little NFL fantasy camp dealio with my friends and my
Yeah, how'd that
roommates.
go? Did you pull any hamstrings or anything? Did you make some grabs? What happened?
Made some grabs. Hamstrings are intact. I learned the value of
Good.
cleats by not having them and falling on my butt a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh
It just
yeah.
the
The grass
ground
can be
just
slippery.
escapes. Yeah, well, we were on a turf as well down in Irvine,
Mm.
some manufactured thing, and I had forgotten what turf felt like. It's not great. It's
Did you
not
get
great.
turf burn?
A little bit, a little bit.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. I feel you. Yeah, little turf burn. That's why
Well,
you'll see a lot of uh, NFL players. They have like these pads on their arm, or like these stickers that cover their arms, so they don't
yeah.
scrape it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And outside of that, it was a pretty football-centric weekend. A lot of big playoff games.
Oh yeah.
Watched my Raiders almost pull it off there. Second playoff game since 2003. Puts things in
Right.
perspective.
Right.
And then both nights went out to console a friend who had recently been broken up with at some bar over the
Mm.
Saturday and Sunday weekend. So big,
Oh, the same friend.
no, different.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn. What's in the air?
I don't know. It's not, and unfortunately for our show, at least in my circle, it's not love.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And you know we love love on the Your Pal Hal show.
Love, love. I tried to impart that best I
I
could.
mean,
But
yeah,
there's,
that's it's good to just spread that
yeah,
out there.
yeah,
Just spread the love.
yeah.
But damn it. So did these friends of yours? It looks like whoever they were dating said new year, new start, new relationship status.
Yep. New year, new start, new relationship. No you. Bye.
No you.
Yeah. Um, yeah, kind of. And, both things. It's hard when you don't really know, because I've been keeping things pretty low profile, so I don't really understand the full context. So you end up saying a lot of like, well, it's probably you end up kind of platituding your way through the conversation and being like, that's how these things go sometimes.
Yep. Pl-
There's more, plenty, exactly.
Plenty of fish in the sea. Um, there's plenty of boogers in the nose of life. You'll pick another
Absolutely.
one. Yeah.
So due to that, I had more than my maximum of like 2.5 drinks over a 3-day period. So I'm a little bit on the struggle bus today.
Oh, so, are you saying 2 point, like you want to average like per day, or three 2.5 drinks total over 3 days?
The second one, I am a featherweight. It is absolutely unconscionable how much I feel it the next day. And like I'm fine, but I'm like, ugh,
Sure,
ugh.
sure.
Yeah. The price of friendship. That and $16 cocktails. But that's the price of Los Angeles.
$15 cocktails. What's your cocktail of choice? What's your go-to, Travis?
Recently, it's been a gin and tonic just to kind of get it out of the way. But this was both places
What do you
were
mean to
like,
get it out of the way? I don't
just,
understand.
it's good. It's light.
Mm,
I'm not really
mm-hmm.
thinking about it. And it's usually not, something that's going to put you out a whole lot of money.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, but when you say to get it out of the way, to help you get like a little bit of just like, all right, let's just get a drink and get our buzz on or something.
In a sense, it's
Or,
more like what you go up to the bar. And I think what I mean by that is instead of thinking at all about what I want, I'm like, I know
mm-hmm.
this is going to be good. I'm just going to get that. But
Great.
both of these places I went to were the craft menu. We put a lot of thought into this. It looks pretty good, all these ingredients. So I sat there being like, I guess I'll have that one. Then I'll have that one and the other one over the couple of days. And
Let
those
the
craft cocktails,
mixologist do their thing.
exactly. And they're great, but they are complex and often pretty dense. So between like something adjacent to a tiki drink and then like a kind of penicillin whiskey honey thing which and then my wet Kleenex of a tolerance. By the end, I'm just like, oh, I feel heavy.
I hope you didn't do too much drinking and driving, Travis.
Never would, never could. One, I love water so much. I
Gotcha.
can't get enough of the stuff. So I'm
Oh
usually
yeah.
at like a 6-to-1 ratio
Great,
between
great.
drinks and glasses of water.
My mom says gin and tonic a sweet 16 drink. What is that?
Huh.
What does that mean, Mom? Please, please translate. Are you saying
Interesting.
that's what a like a 16-year-old would drink a gin and tonic, or
All right,
I
fair.
don't under,
Okay.
I don't understand. A gin and tonic. All right, so waiting to hear back
Interesting.
my mom's perspective. Although my mom does have some good advice in regards to drinking.
Yeah.
She does uh, just in as much as I asked her. Oh, she had that on her sweet 16. You were drinking.
Oh.
You were drinking gin and tonics on your sweet 16, Mom. I did not know about this. You started early because my mom is not that much of a drinker, like every
Yeah.
now and again, but I do not think of her as a drinker. But I asked my mom if she was going out for either, I think it was St. Patrick's Day.
Hmm.
Like I asked my mom if she was going to have a drink on St. Patrick's Day because
Hmm.
that's a holiday that Americans have seemingly and the Irish Americans, and now everybody has co-opted to be just a big drinking holiday.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom, "Are you going out to have a couple of drinks on St. Patrick's Day?" And she said, "Are you kidding me? That's amateur hour."
Wow.
So, yeah, because it makes sense. On St. Patrick's Day, anybody and everybody are out there just glug 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 glug
The
glug.
zoo.
So yeah, like this. That's the one night a year. That and obviously New Year's, where
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? Um, I can pass on this. I don't need this special holiday where everyone who does not know how to hold their liquor, that does not know how to behave, that does not know how to plan ahead
Hmm.
when it comes to driving. Yeah, just
Hmm.
the whole kit and caboodle. Count me out. Amateur
Yeah.
hour. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom says gin and tonics are a drink for sweet 16 parties. Mom,
Huh.
you go hard. You went hard at your Sweet 16 party.
Right on.
If I'm ever the parent of a child having a Sweet 16 party, I'm gonna just say let's not have allow the kids gin. Maybe maybe I'll be too strict a parent, but I've got a firm no gin rule at my kids' parties. Travis,
Yeah.
we like to start the show by diving into the Twitter sphere, the Twitterverse, checking out some trending topics. What do you say we do a little bit of that?
Oh, let's.
Great. So, as we mentioned, Martin Luther King Jr., it is the day honoring him, his great works, his mission, civil rights, his legacy, and today is that day. Let's see what's trending on MLK Day for the great Dr. Martin Luther King. All right, this is from his daughter, Bernice King. As you honor my father today, please remember and honor my mother as well. She was the architect of the King legacy and the founder of the King Center, which she founded 2 months after Daddy was assassinated. Without Coretta Scott King, there would be no MLK Day. Hashtag MLK. Yeah, important. Absolutely, absolutely. Coretta Scott King, another great American. Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, a powerful voice. And, so many of the things that Dr. King, I don't want to purport to be any kind of, expert. I just I appreciate his legacy, and I could always stand to learn more and know more about him. But Stacey Abrams, a voice in organizing the Get Out the Vote effort and voting rights, and you know, people of color did not get the right to vote until very late in the civil rights era in Jim Crow South. And Stacey Abrams says, today, as we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his legacy's call is clear. Deliver justice for the poor, protect those targeted by hate, defend the freedom to vote, demand that our leaders fight current malice as the best bulwark against future harm. Hashtag MLK Day. Very nice. Here's one more from Bernice King. A favorite photo of my parents. What a genuine, joyful smile. And I wanted to share it with you on Daddy's 93rd birthday. MLK Day. Lovely picture of Coretta Scott King and Dr. Martin Luther King. So a day of remembrance and a day to remember that, the work of the civil rights era, it's not done, and to be present, aware, and do what's right out there, especially to honor this man's legacy. Kyral is in the house. Welcome, Kyral, coming in from Florida. Great to see you. Great to see you. Kobe chiming in with another happy birthday, Travis. And Kobe, I don't know I think Batman is out there fighting crime in Gotham. I think it was a rough weekend for him, so I don't know if Batman will be joining us today. But we're very fortunate. You never know when Batman might pop in, but I haven't heard from him yet. He hasn't rang me on the hotline, the Your Pal Hal hotline, so I will. I always enjoy a visit from the Caped Crusader, Batman. So yeah, we're celebrating MLK Day, and I hope you're having a safe MLK and remembering a great man, his works, and that his works are not done. Fighting for voting rights, fighting against white supremacy, and doing doing unto others, spreading good works. MLK, the best, one of the best Americans. Listen, here's my hot take: Martin Luther King Jr., one of the best to ever live. All right, I'm running out of things to say about him, but I should look up some quotes of his because truly a great man. All right, let's see what else is trending on the Twitter sphere. Oh, Joss Whedon. Okay, so director Joss Whedon. I in my lifetime, there are like few people that I've seen go from like beloved to kind of not exactly persona non grata, but Joss Whedon, his legacy has taken a big hit because early on, Joss Whedon was the king of nerd culture. Joss Whedon, he was beloved for his series Firefly, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, of course, and then came in to direct one of the biggest Marvel films of all time, The Avengers. And then he did Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, which was a little less beloved. But still, people credit Joss Whedon with just being one of the kings of nerd culture, and really having so much cred in that world and just being universally beloved. And then stories started to come out about misogyny, adultery in his personal life, and then on-set behavior for when he took over for Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder befell personal tragedy during the filming of Justice League, And Joss Whedon was brought in to finish the film that Zack Snyder started. And that film met with just really poor reviews. Like Justice League, the theatrical release, universally panned. A terrible movie. Just a little bit slapdash. The special effects weren't quite finished, but Joss Whedon took a project that was in turmoil and brought it across the finish line. So, but then after that, yeah, people citing just like disrespect on set and also some racially insensitive behavior. The actor, one of the actors from the film that played Cyborg, cited some racially insensitive behavior, to say the least, from Joss Whedon. So now, Joss Whedon, after so much that has gone down, the ups, the downs, he's trending this morning. An article came out, it looks like in Variety, and Joss Whedon breaks silence on misconduct allegations, calls Ray Fisher a bad actor in both senses. Okay. Interesting. So he's not saying my bad. He's firing back. He's coming out swinging. All right, let's see. Let's check out this article from Variety on Joss Whedon, former just beloved nerd filmmaker, now in choppy waters here. Filmmaker Joss Whedon has broken his silence over multiple allegations of misconduct by him on productions he oversaw, including the 2017 film Justice League and his influential TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. In a lengthy interview with New York Magazine that published on Monday, today, Whedon denied Gal Gadot's allegations that he threatened her career while working on Justice League, which Whedon took over after original director Zack Snyder withdrew from the film following a family tragedy. I don't threaten people. Who does that? Whedon told New York Magazine. English is not her first language, and I tend to be annoyingly flowery in my speech, Whedon said. He told Gadot, if we could scroll up, please, that to tie his body to a railroad track before he would cut a scene she wanted removed. And that Gadot misunderstood as Whedon threatening to tie her to a track instead. Godot's response in the story, I understood perfectly. Okay. Whedon is less forgiving in his assessment of Ray Fisher. The actor's July 2020 allegation that Whedon's behavior making Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable was the spark that led to the collapse of Whedon's career. In December 2020, Warner Brothers said an investigation into Fisher's claims resulted in unspecified remedial action weeks after HBO said Whedon was withdrawing as executive producer of The Nevers. Yeah, The Nevers, a fantasy series on HBO. Yeah, it led to Joss Whedon having to step away. Fisher also alleged in a Forbes interview from October that he was told Whedon had lightened an actor of color's complexion in Justice League because he didn't like the skin tone, which Forbes later retracted. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter published in April 2021 after the release of Snyder's 4-hour cut of Justice League on HBO Max, Fisher alleged that when he tried to express his concerns about the reduction of his character Cyborg in Whedon's 2-hour version of the movie, Whedon told him, "It feels like I'm taking notes right now, and I don't like taking notes from anybody, not even Robert Downey Jr." So just a little bit about that. I will say that it is night and day, the Cyborg character in Joss Whedon's Justice League and the Snyder Cut. Now, I think I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it too often sometimes. I did not care for Zack Snyder's DCU that much. I thought it was pretty hit and miss, a little too dark, a little too dreary, but doggone it. I thought the Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League, delivered the goods. Too long. I had to watch it in like 3 sittings. Like almost like binge watching a series. But the Snyder cut was good. And here's the thing, between Whedon's Justice League and Snyder's Justice League, the 4-hour versus the 2-hour, the Cyborg story, night and day. Well, in the Zack Snyder version, his motivations, his character's journey, his father's influence on him, and what caused like reverberations throughout his storyline, and the scope and the gravity of his story, it is there. It is a completely different version. Whereas in the Joss Whedon version, it was scant and forgettable. So, I think, between Joss Whedon's account and Ray Fisher's account, somewhere is the truth. But why would Ray Fisher risk his career to put that out there? I mean, that no one, people, like, when you look at controversial stuff in Hollywood, like the Me Too movement, or someone speaking out about like race allegations or racism or mistreatment, it takes strength and bravery to put that out there, because a lot of people in Hollywood just don't want to listen to it. They're not ready to hear it. It goes in one ear and they're like, all right, let's do damage control. Let's not cause a stir, because when you react to this stuff, it's going to cause a stir. So Joss Whedon, the interview is out there. New York Magazine's, that story we're reading was from Variety. There you go. A little bit of Joss Whedon news. Stacy said the Justice League made her fall asleep sometimes. The first one, not good. The second one, very long, very long. 4 hours. Like I said, I watched it in 3 sittings. Stacy, great to see you this Monday. And let's see what else is trending here in the Twitterverse. Oh boy, this story is something else. So over the weekend, this footage emerged of a church in Texas where the pastor, I guess he wanted to show everyone how unafraid of COVID, or how he wasn't letting fear control his life in regards to COVID. So this pastor, Mike Todd, at the Transformational Church, somewhere in Texas, he, in order to show that he's not going to buckle to COVID, he spit in his hand, held it there. Oh gosh. Oh, you can see it right there. Oh, that is some nasty. That is. Oh, no. Don't do it. So he spit in his hand, and one of his parishioners let him take the saliva and smear it on his face. Faith, whatever gets you through the dark and lonely. It's a personal thing. God bless you. God bless us, everyone. But science is science. Like, this pastor, Mike Todd, his church is called the Transformational Church. The only thing is transforming people into is COVID patients, or just I don't know. It's give me the willies, the heebie-jeebies. Well, what does it prove? I mean, I don't know if he had COVID. I don't know if he said like, is the Lord going to shield this gentleman that he was smearing his saliva on from the scourge of COVID? Let's you want to bring up that article? I'll take a look at what it says here, Travis. Oklahoma passed. Oh, Oklahoma. Sorry about that. My bad. My bad. We're not in Texas. We're in Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. An Oklahoma pastor who led, and I apologize to Texas because the Red River Clash. I know it's, yeah. Don't get it twisted. So my bad. An Oklahoma pastor who led the state, who led the state in prayer for protection against COVID-19, has come under fire after he spat on his hand and smeared saliva on the face of a parishioner. What in the world? Michael Todd, more like Michael Wad of saliva.
Boo.
Thank you. Who leads the Transformation Church in Tulsa, got literal while explaining an analogy during a sermon. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. To illustrate his point, the pastor had a man stand next to him as he snorted and coughed out saliva. Churchgoers in attendance let out a loud gasp as he cupped the saliva in his hand. I was, I've been to church before. I've been to churches, been to a few churches, and I've been to a lot of temples. My rabbi never put spit on anyone. In the several churches, Presbyterian, and couple other churches, a Baptist church. I've been to Baptist churches. Never saw anyone put saliva on there. To illustrate his point, pastor had a man stand next to him and he snorted and coughed up saliva. Churchgoers in attendance a loud gasp as he cupped that saliva in his hand. Let my spit. You know what? I've seen a lot of comedians do spit takes. This is going to be the holiest of spit takes. And this is where the people would not face Jesus anymore, Mr. Todd said while holding his saliva in one hand and putting his other hand on the shoulder of the man on stage. What most people would do would be turn away, he said, as he again coughed and spat out more mucus and phlegm. Oh boy. Yes, I was also in an Episcopalian church once. No saliva. Some nice folks engaging in fellowship, worship. The article continues. The pastor said that the man was physically standing next to him, knowing what was coming, and to show that a person must stand strong physically, emotionally, and spiritually, even when receiving vision from God gets nasty. He then mixed saliva in his hand and rubbed it all over the face of the parishioner. Oh, boy.
Bit of a midnight mass vibe from that whole exchange.
Yeah. The Netflix show Midnight Mass, where it's like, listen, it's, you don't want it. It's bad, but we have to show our faith. And at the end of it's like, you know what? Dude.
Oof.
Dude, it's just gross. It's just gross. All right. Yeah. I don't know what kind of just fanatical old time religion this is, but yeah, not feeling it, Pastor Todd. Yeah. Kobe says disgusting. Yeah. Stacy says it's. I think she's saying it's better that you don't go to church in person because it's yeah, be safer. Yeah, it's it's already a little risky going out there, but I'm not going to tell people not to go to church. Your Pal Hal's official stance is do what you want in regards to your own religion. Just be safe. Maybe be vaxxed, wear a mask. But good gosh darn. Pardon my language, but good gosh darn. I'm I'm going to go to the non-saliva, non-spitting, non-face spitting house of worship. That's like going to be, yeah. I think that's going to be where I shake out on that. Travis, if you wouldn't mind bringing up a little Novak Djokovic news. I think we had
Ooh.
some finality in the developments of that. So speaking of COVID, speaking of spreading COVID and vaccinations and whatnot, Novak Djokovic trying to use a little celebrity, a little celebrity advantage here, trying to use a little bit of his elite status to be like, oh yeah, I'm not vaxxed. I'm not going to get vaxxed. I just had COVID, so I'm going to use my medical exemption to. I had a doctor somewhere, and I'm going to go down to Australia and hop in the Australian Open without flouting the rules that any other person entering the country would have to adhere to and abide by. Novak Djokovic deported from Australia after federal court upholds decision to cancel visa. An Australian federal court panel has dismissed Djokovic's appeal after he challenged immigration, Minister Alex Hawke's decision to cancel his visa. The court panel returned their unanimous decision just a day before the world number one was set to play his first match of the Australian Open. Wow. So Djokovic has now been deported, will not compete in the tournament. In a statement released on Sunday evening, Djokovic said he's extremely disappointed by the ruling, but will cooperate with the relevant authorities regarding his departure from Australia. Damn. So there you go. You gotta play by the rules. You gotta play by the rules, Joker. I saw a funny tweet though. Someone said, "Okay, Novak Djokovic was reported, but French tennis player Jovac Nokovic has just enrolled to play in the tournament. Jovac Nokovic. Novak Djokovic deported, but Jovac Nokovic will now be playing. Oh, and like, doesn't that guy bear a modest resemblance to Novak Djokovic? I mean, like, at the end of the day, science wins. This is a win for science. This is a win for just trying to get through this pandemic. And yeah, and if and it's I think it's a good precedent for Australia. If you're going to make the everyday people adhere by these rules, if you're going to make tourists, if you're going to make whoever it is adhere to these rules, yeah, big, fancy, important muckety mucks, big tennis players with all sorts of Nike and Adidas and Wilson tennis racket deals, got to adhere by it too. All right, so so long, aye mate, so long. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, and you're deported. Your Australian rights have been revoked, Novak. So hopefully next year, I mean, listen, I want to see, I'm a sports fan. I want to see the best competition. I want to see Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic vying for the championships and the best, letting the best talent hit the court. But yeah, dude was really trying to like pull some shenanigans there to allow himself to weasel his way into the Australian Open like that. You know what? Just get the shot. That's all I'm saying. At the end, like especially if everyone else has it, dude, you're gonna be okay. So Novak Djokovic not in the Australian Open. Travis, anything else there catch your eye regarding?
Two quick things.
Yeah.
One, I'm just going to bring this up here. This is a recent headline. There's a talk of a Bitcoin widow, a woman who unfortunately her husband deceased and left her with a $215 million crypto scandal
Wow.
to sort through.
So she's left holding the bag on this $215 million. Like,
she's left holding the crypto wallet.
Let's see what it says here. When Gerald Cotton died suddenly in 2018, he was 30 years old, but fabulously wealthy thanks to founding Quadriga, one of the first cryptocurrency exchanges. Or that's how it seemed. His death coincided with concerns about the legitimacy of Quadriga. Uh-oh.
Interesting. Let me pop up this article here. Let's see. I can't find and that's okay. They want us to think. Is there a thread here? Yes, there is. Fantastic.
There you go. After investigating, the Ontario Securities Commission said Quadriga was run like a Ponzi scheme. More than Quadriga clients collectively lost more than $200 million.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, with a brand new, like, there's nothing tangible in crypto. It seems rife for the possibility of just doing a little old shell game, doing a little bit like, oh, now you see me, now you don't, a little Bernie Madoff special.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Are there any other? There we go. Jennifer Robertson was Cotton's wife and was there when he died. And despite being at the center of a huge scandal, she's never spoken publicly about her husband's fraud or death or the suspicion it cast on her. Until now.
Yeah.
In the latest episode of The Decibel, reporters discuss their exclusive interview with Robertson. They've been following the Quadriga saga since the beginning. Jennifer Robertson, I understand that all of these events leading up made everything look very suspicious. Many days I wake up and I'm still like, wow, that happened.
Whole lot of talk about what happened without actually telling us what happened.
Yeah, I think they want us to read the article.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I don't plan to. I'm sorry, Canada.
Yeah, not feeling it. But you know what I am feeling? But that's interesting and it's fascinating. And like that's the scary thing about Bitcoin, and that's why Matt Damon comes on those commercials and says, "Fortune favors the bold. Dive in." And you got to listen to Matt Damon because the guy, he made enough money to buy a zoo, and we bought a zoo. So like that's like goals unlocked, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Wouldn't
it.
you say?
You want to? I'd say the number one, the American dream is making enough money to buy a zoo and then make a movie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the movie, he did. I mean, that's yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood that movie entirely.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it's a documentary.
It's not IRL. It's movies, but still, like the guy. But you can kind of like merge the two. I enjoy merging real life and fiction. So Matt Damon bought a zoo, and then and now he's Crypto Man. But you got to be very brave You got to be You got to be brave to dump your life savings into crypto because it might bottom out.
Mm-hmm.
You might get Ponzi schemed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, or yeah, it
And then
might.
you're wearing a barrel on Main
Then
Street.
you're wearing a barrel. You're showing off your Hoover flags. You know what Hoover flags are?
I don't know. I've heard the term before, but I don't know precisely.
Hoover flags are when. Oh, Stacy says you can go to church on Zoom. My mom likes to do
Oh.
that. My mom will watch temple services on YouTube
That's fun.
live from New York City. So yeah, good call, Stacy. Hoover flags are from the Great Depression when Herbert Hoover was president, and
Uh-huh.
Hoover flags were when your pockets would hang inside out of your pants. I got empty pockets. I'm broke. Those are Hoover flags.
That's oh, what a bad association to have. That's
Also, like a homeless encampment would be called a Hooverville.
that I okay,
Hooverville.
that's where it's coming from. Got it. Got it. I've heard of that.
Also, have you ever heard of the vacuum cleaner Hoovers?
Yes.
Not related. Not
Okay.
related to anything I was just talking about.
That's
Uh,
it's funny.
Travis, it's time for our Twitter deep dive. And Travis, you know what we got? I'm going to give you a couple of hints.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Meatballs.
Got it.
What is it?
IKEA.
Okay. Wow. Nicely done. IKEA USA. Today's Twitter deep. Every day we like to examine a hashtag, maybe go down the rabbit hole of a trending topic, or look at the account of oftentimes a corporation, sometimes a celebrity, sometimes someone infamous. Today, it is the superstore of affordable, very affordable, difficult to put together furniture, IKEA. Listen, I've had you better believe I've had some IKEA furniture in my time. One time I drove back from IKEA with a desk in a box in a slim rectangular box tied to the roof of my car with my hand out the window like this, holding it down for extra. And that was probably about 3 miles of more, probably like 4 miles from Burbank to Los Feliz. And by the time I got out, my arm was limp, and my left arm was limp and useless. And I dragged that thing inside, cracked it open, took out that Allen wrench, and put together this a desk that I used for a few years. It was solid. I've had a bed frame from IKEA. Most of my IKEA stuff is gone. Oh, I had a good couch. Oh man, if I wish I was able to give my couch to someone because it was a good couch, but then when I moved out of my one-bedroom apartment into where I currently live with my wife, she was already all furnished and everything. I moved in, and I just paid guys to come and haul everything away. So, yeah, I should have had I should have had a little sale or something, a little sidewalk sale. Anyway, IKEA. Oh boy. Grab your Allen wrench, folks. Let's dive in. IKEA USA, official Twitter page for IKEA USA, sharing design and inspiration and smart solutions to make life at home easier. Blah, blah, blah. 366,000 followers. All right, let's check out some of the tweets belonging to IKEA. Let's see if they have a sense of humor. Kobe says hi, Pastor Mike on YouTube. Yeah, go on YouTube and check out Pastor Mike Todd. Is he there? Oh boy. All right. So what's IKEA got to offer here? Electronics organization for under $5. That's music to our ears. Shop more organization essentials under $20. The Mojliget. Travis, could you come in for a second?
Yes.
Yeah, would you mind going along for this ride with me? And let's see how you and I each pronounce the names of these products. All right?
I'm ready.
My apologies to any Swedish or Scandinavian people out there because we are. Oh, Travis, you just said you're ready and then you bounced.
I had to move something real quick.
Okay. It's like, sure, I'm there, ghosted.
Yep. I'm here for you, buddy.
All right. All right. Mostly get headset and tablet stand. All right. Can we? How would you pronounce that?
I'm trying to envision. I once had a guitar student whose mother was Swedish, and I'm trying to remember. It's not working. Mosliget, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
Which is like what you said. A little stank on it though.
You put a little sauce on it. All right. Let me see this product. By the way,
I could use headphone stand. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
I could use this actually for my headphones and for put my phone up against it.
Oh, that's exactly. I have sort of that. I have this little dinky phone stand here, which is fine. I like it fine. And then I use this boom arm to hang my headphones on. So like, I guess what I mean is I don't need this, but I'm like, that's the two things. That's cool in one thing.
And it's only $5.
Yeah. I wonder if you
Damn.
can put a charger underneath it. That's the only
I came
thing
here
you can charge it from.
Huh. I came here to read the tweets, but now like I want to buy the products. Damn you, IKEA.
Just shopping. They do this every time.
I know. Now, yeah. Oh, boy. All right, let's keep it going. Hey, IKEA fans, due to inclement weather, our Baltimore, Maryland, and Pittsburgh stores will be closing early tonight. Cowards. Please check out our website for any updates. Stay safe. All right, I hope everybody's safe out there. Scrolling. Make your home a safer place for your children. Secure your future. Secure your furniture. Listen, make your home a safer place by securing your future. Let's go.
To the wall.
Scrolling. Stop college. I'm just going to get him wrong. I think that's
don't
funny.
Cancel the debt. Cancel the whole thing. Just done.
Oh, yeah. College, forget about it. We are anti-college here on the Your Pal Hal show, making America dumber. Rob Schaefer chiming in. Welcome to the party, Rob Schaefer. My wife once said we should go to IKEA, and I told her I didn't want to get divorced. There you go. Arguments in IKEA, a famous, like a popular thing there. I've been to IKEA a few times. With exes. Maybe that's why they're exes. One. Okay. Here's one funny, slightly embarrassing. Not really. You know what? Not embarrassed. A revealing story about me, though. By the way, it's 11:57 here on the Your Pal Hal show. Thank you for hanging out with us here on Backchannel, everyone. We're going to be here for about another hour or so, having fun. We got a lot of pop culture. We got more news stuff, comedy. Just a lot of nonsense and good times. Nonsense and good times all the way home. All right, baby. So, my ex and I went to IKEA one time. And I've been a sketch comedy, a comedian for as long as I can remember. I love just doing silly things for a laugh, dumb stuff for a laugh. And we went to IKEA, and we were just walking around, looking at all the displays, the rooms. You know, it's fun to sit down on a couch and like do a little act out, like, oh, imagine that we're living here. There was actually a web series where people surreptitiously film themselves in an IKEA. like they live there and like filmed a web series in the IKEA. Travis, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind finding the name of that web series, please?
Oh, the one where
The
they're in the IKEA?
where they lived in the IKEA.
Yeah, let me see here.
Thanks. And while my ex and I were in the IKEA, just horsing around, doing a little shopping as well, there was a baby crib set up, and I got in the crib, and my ex girlfriend was kind enough and embraced my weirdness enough to take a picture of me like this in the crib, doing a real goo goo gaga pose in the fetal position in a crib. And it was the dumbest, but also funniest one of the dumbest, funniest pictures I've ever taken. So yeah, yeah. Travis, any 7 episodes of a soap opera at IKEA? Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, Randall Park, the great Randall Park. It was for Channel 101. Randall Park, who you know from WandaVision and Fresh Off the Boat, and yeah, the spoof. IKEA, what is it called? IKEA Heights. IKEA Heights. There you go, Travis. Well played, good sir. So yeah. So there's so much fun to be had at IKEA, but it could also lead to a blow up in your relationship. All right, Travis, let's go back to the IKEA Twitter account, see what else is. Yeah, a lot of organizational nonsense. Yep. Same tweet. I want more than closet organizer. Great, boring. Snooze fest. Okay, Travis, come on back.
I'm here.
How do you pronounce? So finally, a smarter way to clear the air in your home. Starkvind is available in floor and side table designs. You can start purifying your air in style today. Travis, your pronunciation?
I would have gone with Starkvind.
Starkvind.
Yeah, but that could be that could just be really Germanic. I don't know.
Yes, a stock wind is going to blow. A stock wind is going to blow.
Maybe that if that's the bit of it being an air, like I get that these are all real terms, but it feels like they're like air purifier, stark wind. Put a V in there. All right, send it out.
Yep. All right, scrolling. A couple more.
More of that.
Let's go. You know what? Not entertaining. Not entertaining. The Twitter account. You know what? Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what their ats are like.
Let's take a look. Let me see here.
Yeah, let's make sure no one's tweeting any profanity.
Yeah, let me do some quick vetting real quick. Someone's really furious at their IKEA table.
Yeah, screw you. My Flurgenjurgen won't fit together.
Let's see here. What do we got? Anything worth looking at here?
But are there any irate complaints lodged at IKEA?
Someone's looking for asking them to bring back a color, and they're just like, "We're not going to do that. Sorry." And which IKEA, they are famous for. Hey, we're not going to make this anymore. And everybody's like, "What?" And then they're like, "Yeah, sorry, we're done."
There it is. You know what? I think we're done. That was our Twitter deep dive into the Twitter account belonging to IKEA. A fruitless journey, a boring Twitter account.
I got one more.
Yes. Okay.
I think this might save us.
Hit it.
Name alone.
All right. I like it. IKEA, how can I get my hands on a jungle skog bear in the States? What? A jungle skog bear? Okay. And first of all, I don't know. Do you want to Google that on another page while I read this response from IKEA?
Oh, it's the gigantic. bear that kids could like
Oh,
hang out on.
cute.
Yeah.
I'd hang out on that thing.
Yeah, look at that. Hey, we
That's
see it for a good time. Look at
that
that.
bear is dope as hell.
Yeah, it's chilling.
Cute. Like who needs a significant other when you got that bear, right? To keep you warm on a cold
Yeah.
winter night. It's like one of those boyfriend pillows, or you know how in Japan they have like there's like a subculture of like having like your like a stuffed animal or like pillow person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Pillow person.
Yep.
What is that
You mean,
called?
uh,
Boyfriend pillow,
I've
girlfriend
heard body
pillow,
pillow. Yeah, stuff
body
like that.
pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So there you go.
Did you
Thank you.
do you remember the IKEA monkey?
Is it in the commercials or what is it?
No, there was in oh my goodness. I think this was in Canada.
Okay.
There was a lost macaque that was just
What?
a little macaque, little monkey that was just hanging out in
Look
IKEA.
at him in his little jacket.
I know, right? Yeah.
What a handsome little fellow.
Nobody knew whose monkey it was.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
what a cute little guy.
Oh, cute little guy.
Macaque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, that's just, you know what? Too adorable. Oh, it's too adorable, Travis.
Adorable.
All
Yep.
right. It is Monday. It is 12:05. Thank you for kicking it with the Your Pal Hal show here on Backchannel. We're having fun. We're having good times. And we're going to be with you for the next hour or so. So please join in. Talk to us. Communicate with us. Give us your thoughts, your feelings on any of the things we're talking about. Any feelings about IKEA. Any feelings about any of the topics we've covered. Anything about Novak Djokovic, MLK Jr., or just share with us what you're snacking on. Are you snacking on a big old lasagna like Monday, the feline that hates Mondays, good old Garfield, or are you snacking on popcorn, or are you snacking on the official almond of the Your Pal Hal show? Mariani almonds. Even though Grandpa Eric was not a fan, Mariani almonds. Still, the official almond of the Your Pal Hal show. Let us know what you're snacking on, and you can communicate with us about any of these topics and more by talking to your smart device, using the magic word say, and popping in anything after that. So, smart device, say, I'm eating a rump roast. Smart device, say, I'm eating fresh caught Pacific salmon. Or go to YouTube and type in your comments there, or go to backchannel.tv and have a little chit chat with us there. Also, you can leave a review of the Your Pal Hal show at backchannel.tv. So let us know if you want more snack talk, or more IKEA furniture names, or anything at all in your review of the Your Pal Hal show. All right, 12:07. We're going to be here till the top of the next hour. And right now, Travis mentioned it earlier, it was a big football weekend. That's right. Playoffs are here. Let's run down what went down in the NFL playoffs. We got one more game tonight. All right, there they are. There is your bracket of NFL. We had some couple of surprises, and mostly though, I think the favorites pulled out the games this weekend. And stick around. Coming up, we're going to go over the weekend box office. We're going to have some recs and reviews and much other fun stuff. All right, here are your scores from over the weekend. First off, Travis mentioned this. He's a Raiders fan, even though they abandoned him and went to Las Vegas, Nevada. The Raiders came damn close to knocking off the Bengals. They were knocking on the door, but the Bengals proved to be the better team. They took this one. And the Bengals, they got a good young core. Joe Burrow, their young quarterback, has been stepping up. Joe Mixon running the ground game, and they got a good core of wide receivers. 26-19 over the Raiders on Saturday. In the big AFC East grudge match, the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots, it was no contest. The Bills just eviscerated the Patriots. Bill Belichick, you know what? Good for you for taking this team with a first-year quarterback to the playoffs, but this was a smackdown, a destruction. The Bills crushed the Patriots 47-17. Oh, brother. Young Patriots quarterback. He's been in the league a few years now, but Josh Allen really leading this team. He's one of the great young quarterbacks in the NFL. 5 touchdown passes. That's good throwing. That's good throwing. You want to hear my NFL commentary? Oh, 5 touchdowns? That's some good throws. That's some nice... The kid's got a good arm. Kobe says yes. Kobe agrees. Thank you, Kobe. Always appreciate you, brother. All right. So those were your Saturday games. And then we had 3 games yesterday. We had... a couple of blowouts and one pretty close. Buccaneers, Tom Brady continuing his march. Even though they are shorthanded in regards to receivers, Chris Godwin, one of their top receivers, is out. Antonio Brown, he left in the middle of the game to go hang out with Kanye West, Floyd Mayweather, Madonna, Julia Fox. Oh my God. What's the opposite of squad goals? I don't know. That seems like there's just too many issues in that room for me. Also, not a huge fan of Floyd Mayweather for some of his out of the ring conduct. But the Buccaneers, Tom Brady's Buccaneers, destroyed the Eagles 31-15, and it wasn't even that close. The Eagles scoring their garbage time points in the fourth quarter. So even without all of his weapons, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers looking strong on Sunday. Cowboys and the 49ers. Cowboys were the favorites here. 49ers kind of eked into the playoffs, and 49ers upset the Cowboys on the Cowboys' home field. The underdog here, big underdog 49ers, took this one in a close game, 23-17. And the Cowboys had, at the end of the game, very controversial ending to this game. There was, the Cowboys had they had enough time for 1, maybe 2 plays. And the referee kind of got in the way as they were putting the ball down. The clock started, and the Cowboys tried to spike the ball with 2 seconds left. So they could kind of draw up a play in the dirt, and they were threatening here. They were just outside of the red zone, which is the 20-yard line to the end zone, and they spiked the football, but there was no time left on the clock. The game was over. The game was over because the referee they just did not get it going fast enough. Travis.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say my favorite part about this was hearing, of all people, former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo, who was on the call. As soon as he clocked what was happening, Dak has that too long of a quarterback sneak that takes too much time off the clock, and he just goes, "Oh no." And it's they're not going to have time. I didn't understand.
Yep.
I'd ask a friend of mine, and that's like you said, the mistake was Dak Prescott, the Dallas quarterback, not giving the ball to the referee first, who has to touch it before you can run another play. It's in the rule book. So then the referee, as you saw in that clip, kind of stumbles and bumbles his way through the offensive line, trying to do his job as they
Mm-hmm.
scramble up to the line, everybody there, and then just comes in here and bam, makes his way into the middle of the pile, trying to get to that ball to just move it in general. At that point, there's 3 seconds on the clock, continues to run, puts it, tries to spike. Too late. Game is over.
Yep. There it is. There it is. And they would have had, ideally one last chance for a Hail Mary, which would have tied the game.
Which at that point, the 49ers were down some defensive starters. This game goes another 2 minutes, and who knows?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But another huge disappointment for the Cowboys. People also making fun of AT&T Stadium because at certain angles during these day games, the sun comes in and blinds the players. Also, there was at least one punt from the Cowboys that hit the gigantic 60-yard long television screen jumbotron that's like the biggest jumbotron in the world. Yeah, there it is. It's like, imagine like the sun is just blaring into your eyes, and like you have to catch a kickoff or a like you look up to get like a pass that's coming your way, and it's like, I'm blind. Yeah. So Rob Schaefer says, just like boxing or MMA, never put the game in the ref's hands. There you go. There you go. I mean, like, in any sport, actually, like, if you don't talk about the referees or the umpires or the line judge in tennis or whatever, that's ideal. They've done their job. They should be a silent, seamless part of the game, calling the game properly, precisely. When we get too caught up in the performance of the refs, the judges, then something went off. Something went off the rails. All right, and then finally, our capper for Sunday in the playoffs. The Chiefs beat the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger's last game, probably he's retiring after just a long time. Roethlisberger, bye-bye. And, Chiefs double up the Steelers 42-21. Pat Mahomes. Oh, yeah, this guy's good at throwing. Here's your Pal Hal hot sports take of the day. Patrick Mahomes. Guy's good at throwing. 404 yards. 5 touchdowns. Robust stat line. 30 for 39. I mean, the Steelers, they held him scoreless in the first quarter. Then he did a bunch of scoring after that. Kind of had his way with him. Tonight, we got one more matchup on the docket in your first NFL playoff weekend. Arizona Cardinals visiting SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, not too far from us here on the Your Pal Hal Show. Oh, Travis, how far away are you from SoFi? You got to be pretty damn close.
We're about a mile from the Forum here, which means we're about a mile and a half from SoFi. I was trying to think of a way to phrase it because I remember when we moved in, SoFi was being constructed, and we went to the Inglewood Home Depot one time, and then we went back a few years later, recently on a Sunday on accident. I'm close enough to where I can't go to the Home Depot on Sundays.
There you go. There you go. Do you have any desire to go to a game there? Will you be attending a game?
Yeah, I made it in there once before things had opened up for like that Vax Live thing that they did, that like taping months ago. One of my old roommates was working for like a vaccine like organization, so he took me out there to that, and just like even in that weird setup, it's a spaceship. It's so impressive just to be in there.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's like 3.5 forums large, Los Angeles
Whoa.
forums.
And
It's
are there surrounding it? Are there like things to do, restaurants, anything
I
like
mean, everything
outside
that
of it?
not in the way that you would imagine like a futuristic stadium complex to be like the Chase
Right?
Center in San Francisco, but there is
Yeah.
still the surrounding area of Inglewood, which has, you know, great food, great stuff. Ballmer, Steve Ballmer, owner of the Clippers,
Yes.
once he breaks ground on that new Clippers arena, which will be very close to SoFi, which will also
Mm-hmm.
ruin the traffic in this area, but that's okay. That will have a sort of complex around it, I believe.
Gotcha.
But as of now, SoFi pretty much just the stadium.
How far from SoFi is the Clippers Stadium gonna be?
It's a really good question. I can literally bring up a map.
Gotcha. Currently the Clippers, as well as the Lakers, Los Angeles Kings, all play. The LA Sparks play in formerly the Staples Center, now known as the Crypto Arena. I heard that the Lakers announcers were given directives not to call it the Crypto.com Arena, the Crypt, and I. That's all I want to call it now.
Right?
The Crypt. Well, especially when the Clippers play there. Uh, well, the Lakers are not much better than the Clippers, if they are even still better at all. But yeah, I love the Crypt. Welcome back to the Crypt.
Let's see here. I think it's going to be they broke ground on the
Yes.
Intuit Arena.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be less than, I think, a half mile away.
Okay.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
remarkable. Here is
There you go.
here's a mock-up of some of the stuff that they had done. Ooh, drone footage, Clipper footage. Where's the mock-up of the building? There you go. So there is Inglewood, California. That is the proposed Intuit Dome Clippers Arena. SoFi is somewhere really close by. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Okie
That's supposed to
dokie.
open in
Very cool. Very
2024.
cool. So was that a couple years away?
Yeah, I believe 2024. Yes, it says here. Yep,
Great.
2024. And that's when the
All
Staples lease
right, there you
expires.
go. Yeah, the Clippers have always been kind of also rans in whether it's been the Forum or the Staples Center. They didn't play it. They never played in the Forum, but yeah, in the Staples Center. Yeah,
Apparently, they almost did play in the Forum recently. They almost took over the Forum's lease, and then the Bus family got in there, the owners of the Lakers, and said, "No, no, no, we might do that." And it's a whole thing. Didn't he buy the? I think Steve Ballmer bought the Forum. I'm getting off the rails. Ignore me.
no worries, no worries. The Forum is a good place to go see a concert, by the way. All right, it is 12:20. Now it's 12:21 right here on the Your Pal Hal show here in the home office in Los Angeles, California. 3:21 on the East Coast. 2:21 in Omaha, Nebraska, the home of Rob Schaefer, attorney at law. By the way, if you find yourself in times of trouble, Mother Mary, call to me. Whisper words of wisdom. Hire Rob Schaefer, attorney at law, to defend you in times of trouble. Rob Schaefer is the finest barrister, litigator, defender of the word of law, justice in Omaha, Nebraska, or anywhere. You know what? Rob Schaefer is a better lawyer than Daredevil, than Daredevil's alter ego. What's Daredevil's alter ego named, Travis?
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. Rob Schaefer, better lawyer. You heard it here first from your pal Hal. Rob Schaefer, better lawyer than Matt Murdock. Rob Schaefer, attorney at law. Nicely done, Travis. Nicely done. The official lawyer of the Your Pal Hal show. All right. It is time to jump into your weekend box office report. That's right, everybody. It is Monday. The weekend just happened. People went to the movies. Let's talk about what movies they saw, shall we? All right. Coming in at number 5 on your weekend box office report. It's been out for a little while and still picking up a couple of bucks here and there at the box office. The Kingsman. The Kingsman comes in 5th in the weekend domestic box office with $2.3 million. The Kingsman. Here's the thing, like, the first Kingsman, real good. Second Kingsman, I skipped it. Third Kingsman, the third Kingsman, the Kingsman, it's called. Not the Kingsman is the first one. One word. Now it's 2 words. The 3 words. The Kingsman, as opposed to the 2 word, the Kingsman. The Kingsman. This third one had me asking. It was wait. Did somebody ask for this? Did anybody ask for this new Kingsman movie? And people enjoyed it, but the reviews have been real bad. Box office, kind of meh. So coming in 5th, almost tied with it. Coming in 4th, at a 2.3 million also. So kind of tied, but I guess it's ahead of it though. The 355 also. Just so 2 poorly reviewed spy movies coming in at 4th and 5th on the weekend. The 355 about all the lady spies. Listen, ladies gonna spy. That should have been their terrible tagline. The 355, ladies gonna spy. That makes it sound like, oh, women spy on you, like just in general. Yeah, terrible tagline. Please don't use that 355 when you're for your Blu-ray or to streaming release. The 355 with Jessica Chastain, Lupita Nyong'o, others, Penelope Cruz. All right, coming in at number 3 on the box office. Oh, gather the family around. Take them, hop in the car, take them to the theater for the big sing-along experience of Sing 2. Sing 2 coming in number 3 with $8.3 million. And that takes us to the 1 and 2 spots. The 1 and 2 spots of the weekend box office coming in at number 2. Oh, by the way, Marnie joined the party. Welcome. And Marnie joining in with some fun comments here. It could be 355, let's all stay alive. I like that, Marnie. That is better than what I came up with. 355, the ladies be spying. 355, ladies be spying. 355, let's Oprah staying alive. 355, let's all stay alive. Good one, Marnie. I like that. What could the Kingsman be? Let's come up with slogans. Marnie's was so good, and the rhyme is excellent. Let's come up with one. Let's come up with slogans for all of the top 5 movies. Okay, so 355, let's all stay alive. I like that. Marnie killed it. If anyone has another one, Rob or anybody who's listening, Mom, anyone, Marnie, you're welcome. You're very welcome, Marnie. And for the Kingsman, I think mine for the Kingsman would be, no one asked for it, but here's another one. The Kingsman. No one asked for it, but here's another one. I for now, I'm going to take that. Kobe, any thoughts on these? And then Sing 2. I'm going to offer up Sing 2. Drop the kids off so you can have some peace for a couple hours. Sing 2. Sing 2. Drop the kids off so you can have peace for a couple hours. Or Sing 2. Come happy, leave with a headache. For some reason, Sing 2 to That's Our View. Sing 2, That's Our View. Okay, not bad. Not bad, Kobe. You got the rhyme in there. I like that. I like that rhyme, Kobe. All right. And we've had a flip-flop, or we have a new box office champion for the first time in a couple of weeks. The box office was taken, the weekend box office was taken by a brand new film. So coming in second, Spider-Man No Way Home. Still, that web slinger is still climbing into some good numbers here. That makes no sense. Spider-Man No Way Home, $20.8 million. $20.8 million. And Spider-Man No Way Home, right now I would give it the tagline, Spider-Man No Way Home. More metaverses to come. More metaverses to come. Because they got into all these universes and everything. More metaverses, more into more mashups. Because all those Spider-Men, now I want to see all the Batmen together. I want to see all the Hulks together. Who else? I want to see all the Supermen together. Hello. How dope would that be? So, yeah. Well, I guess we only have 2 Supermen. Brandon Routh. Oh, you got the ones from the TV show. Although, you can, skip that Dean Cain. And dethroning Spider-Man No Way Home. Scream. Yes, the latest edition. Yeah, where's the Batman, says Grass Puddle. Thank you, Grass Puddle. Good to see you. The Batsmen? Oh, I like that. The Kingsmen, the Kingsman, the Batsman, the Batsmen. I like it. I like what you're doing there, Grass Puddle. I see what you're doing, and I like it. Scream. Courtney Cox, Nev Campbell, David Arquette, $30.6 million. And this film coming in to some solid reviews. The King's Man. Scream. So there it is. I'm probably gonna wait for my screaming until I won't be screaming until it's streaming, because I'm just trying to stay home and avoid the Omicron. You know what I'm talking about, y'all? Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll go to a matinee. Never say never. Never say never. There's still a few movies that have come out in the past year that I really want to see as well. So there are your weekend box office results. It is 12:31. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Thank you for hanging out with your Pal Hal. We are going up till the top of the hour. Please feel free to chime in. I would love to hear what you're up to, what you're thinking, what you're doing with your life right now. Are you relaxing? Screen as a bean. There you go. Scream. This is from Marnie. Scream. It would be what you would be doing without plastic surgery. And is that directed at Courtney Cox? Sorry to say. Marnie, nicely done. Scream, it would be what you would be doing without plastic surgery. Yeah, welcome to Hollywood. Marnie says, I won't say wink, wink. I gotcha. Enough said. I didn't have to, listen, I'm often the guy, whether it's in a live stream, whether it's in real life, whether it's at a party, whether it's in an awkward social moment, I'm often guilty of saying the quiet part out loud. Apologies. Thank you for being with us, everybody. Again, we're going to be here till 1 o'clock on the West Coast, 3 o'clock in Omaha, Nebraska. 4 o'clock. We'll be here till 4 o'clock on the East Coast, and we will be here till 9 p.m. in jolly old England. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now it's time for a little thing we call Recs and Reviews. Recs and Reviews. And I was pleasantly surprised. I watched a movie that, oh my goodness, where did that come from? What is happening? Oh my goodness. Travis, could you hear that?
No.
Okay. I just had a video, something just started playing in my headphones.
Oh no.
There we go. So brand new to HBO Max is the Ridley Scott film. Ridley Scott had 2 films that he directed in the year 2021. And the Ridley Scott film, The Last Duel. The Last Duel just dropped on HBO Max. Now, funny thing about this movie, it really kind of came and went as far as the box office. It was kind of, I hate to say it, a bit of a flop. And then it was quietly released on HBO Max. There wasn't a lot of fanfare. Because, like, this past weekend, you had Eternals released onto Disney Plus. You know, a lot of the Oscar bait films, like when they get released to, like when Dune got released to HBO Max, big deal. But The Last Duel quietly came and went from the box office, quietly released on HBO Max. But I watched it this weekend, and I got to tell you, folks, I liked it. The Last Duel, pretty good. It's heavy subject matter. It's a dark story that takes place in the 14th century, the 1300s, in Scotland and in France. The Last Duel. So Matt Damon plays a knight whose honor gets offended. His honor is tarnished by Adam Driver. And Matt Damon challenges Adam Driver to the titular Last Duel. And this is really well done. It's beautifully shot. The performances are strong. It's well acted, but the accents are essentially whatever they want them to be. Like, I didn't listen to one accent in this movie where I was like, oh yeah, that tracks. That checks out. The accents were kind of just like, you know what? Let's tell the story. Just sound sort of old-timey. It was like really playing fast and loose, because like if they were actually talking with 1300s Scottish accents, forget it. Like it would be impenetrable. It would be hard to understand. So the accents are whatever, but the acting, the story, pretty riveting. I put this on and I'm like, oh, this is well told. It's engrossing and very interesting. Now, I will say it's heavy subject matter. Much of the film hinges on exploring and following the sexual assault of Jodie Comer's character, who you see. Travis, if you want to bring up that picture right there, if you want to bring up the Rotten Tomatoes Yeah, there you go. Jodie Comer, who you might know from Killing Eve, she's excellent in that show with Sandra Oh. She's really great, but at the same time, it's a satisfying story, and I will also say it's even though you cannot tell this story without exploring how lacking the, a woman's rights were in women's rights in what in how uh, and how few rights and privileges women had in these times. Like that is very clear. I would almost call this a strong feminist story, in as much as this woman suffers a horrible injustice, sexual assault, and against the advice from everyone she is dealing with, she wants to hold the perpetrator accountable. And so it's heavy subject matter, but it's well told. Strong action sequences. Jodie Comer's central performance is very good, and well directed by one of our great directors, Ridley Scott. So, and if you see the ratings of this film, really strong ratings. 86% on the tomato meter, 81% audience score. And, you know, every year for the Oscars, they nominate like 10 films, not anywhere from 8 to 10 films for Oscar nominations. I wouldn't be surprised if this is there. I'm not saying it's one of like, I wouldn't put it in the top 5 probably, but this is one of the 10 best films I've seen this past year. It's that well done. Let's take a look at a couple of the reviews on the Rotten Tomatoes website. Mara Reinstein from Us Weekly. They do more than just celebrity photos. A layered, if uneasy watch. And uneasy in as much as, yeah, heavy subject matter. Esther Zuckerman from Thrillist. It's a strange, long horror comedy about how women in the 14th century were at the mercy of dudes who were vain, petty, and cruel, only concerned with their own status, even when someone's life is at stake. There you go. I mean, it tells that story in a dark and unflinching way. It's really interesting because it's not lost that, yeah, just terrible guys were in charge, and there was nothing close to equality in those times, and it's unflinching in that way. Waynell Ma from News Australia. It's Comer who saves it from being a cold intellectual exercise in storytelling. The subtle modulations in her performance within each segment is more effective than the film's violent ending. So yeah, spoiler alert. There's a duel at the end. There's totally a duel. Adam Naiman from The Ringer says, the Ridley Scott directed, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck co-written film is a fascinating text full of spectacle and ideas worth chewing on. There you go. So The Last Duel, it is there for you on HBO Max. Worth a watch. And I watched it. I really I enjoyed it. Heavy subject matter, a little bit uneasy, some good action at the end, and yeah, just a lot of stuff to think about in regards to these times and the evolution of women's rights in regards to accusing a man of sexual assault, and how that's evolved, and how as far as we go, some things are not fully evolved and have not changed. So, some really interesting subject matter at the heart of this story. The Last Duel. Kobe says if you can buy the Grammys. Marnie says tagline could be, where is this movie taking place? For I think that's for Spider-Man No Way Home. There you go. All right, folks, it is 12:43 right here on the Your Pal Hal show. I want to thank you for hanging out. We're having a lot of fun. We're jumping over. Oh, let's jump into the weird world. And actually, Travis, let's jump into a little news of the weird. A little weird news. This story. I read a story today that the people in this story had a very unfortunate situation. I think everyone's okay, but their unfortunate turn of events is our entertainment now. That's how that works. As we jump in some news of the weird. This comes to us from the Newser website. Oh boy. So in China, a woman stuck in blind date's home after lockdown. A Chinese woman had gone to a man's home for dinner. Lockdown was declared, and I guess, Spider-Man No Way Home, blind date No Way Home. You got to stay in this guy's home. Okay. Let's read this. In China, more than 20 million people in several cities are under strict lockdown orders due to the ongoing pandemic. And while some people are having trouble getting enough food, the tight controls have also created some more amusing situations. In Zhengzhou, capital of central China's Henan province, a woman started a video diary after a swiftly introduced neighborhood lockdown left her stuck in the house of a man she had met for a blind date, CBS reports. Wow. That's an interesting first date story. Let's just say that. The woman said on social media that when she returned to Zhengzhou from Guangzhou for a visit ahead of the Lunar New Year, her family set her up on a series of blind dates, per the BBC. I'm getting old now. Oh boy, getting into it. Grass Puddle says, would you go on a blind date at someone's home? That's a great question. That is such a good question. And depending upon, especially in the time of the virus, during this pandemic, no. Now, if I had a blind date, no, that's a no. A blind date, I am meeting you for coffee, maybe a bar. That's it. Public place, and feeling it out, just putting my toes in the water. Blind date, toes in the water. That's it. If I love the picture and like we've been hitting it off in the chat, maybe a movie or something, but still, that's like a big, I want it to be something where like not too committal. Grass Puddle, thank you. The woman says, I'm getting old now. That's so sad. I'm getting old now. My family introduced me to 10 matches. It's like, the family's getting worried. Oh my God, we don't want our relative to die alone, basically is what that says. The fifth date wanted to show off his cooking skills and invited me over to his house for dinner. Yeah, it's like, you need to get a date or two out of the way so you make sure their cooking skills don't include serving up your liver with fava beans. My mom says crazy stuff. She said she ended up stuck with the man and his family. Well, at least his family was there, so the guy wasn't super, like, so it wasn't that you didn't have like as much potential for creepiness. Or is that extra creepy? And his family for at least 4 days, stuck with him and his family for at least 4 days after a lockdown was announced, just as she was getting ready to leave. The Global Times reports her videos show the man cooking and doing chores, though romance might not have been in store. In an interview with Shanghai-based news outlet The Paper, the woman described the man as mute as a wooden mannequin. Great. Not exactly a sterling conversationalist. And she said she would prefer someone a bit more talkative, but despite his food being mediocre, he's still willing to cook, which I think is great. Wow. So he wanted to show off his cooking skills, which she found mediocre. Not a good conversationalist. This sounds like hell on earth. What a nightmare. Not connecting with the guy, not a conversationalist. He wanted to sell his cooking skills. The food was mediocre. Yeah. The woman said she took down videos of her lockdown experience after they went viral. Friends have been calling him. I think this has definitely affected his life, so I've taken them down for now, she said Tuesday per CBS. Thanks, everyone, for your attention. I hope the outbreak... Oh, would you scroll up, please? I hope the outbreak ends soon, and that my single sisters also find a relationship soon. Oh, this poor woman. As in Tianjin, where the Omicron cases were detected Sunday, only parts of Zhengzhou are locked down. Full lockdowns are in place in Xi'an, Yuzhou, and Anyang, around 100 miles north of Zhengzhou. Wow. I wish this woman the best. I wish this woman's the best. What a nightmare experience. Rob Schaefer chiming in. If you have to stay at a dude's house for 4 days, does that count as one date? It seems like it should be more. Yeah, that's like a staycation. My first... Oh, what did we do on our first date? It was a staycation at his house with his family. That sucks. That's horrible. This poor lady. Yeah. Yeah, my mom says she agrees. That's lousy. Jacob, welcome to the party, Jacob. G in Oregon, also welcome to the party. First time here. Thank you for joining us here on Backchannel. And you are absolutely going to want to stick around, because coming up after me, we have the very entertaining, very informative, just a brilliant and delightful human being. Mario Smith will be hosting The Drive with Mario Smith. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Also, we have shows throughout the day on Backchannel. Before me, you got Anthony Davis. You got Kate Haley. You got Live Every Day. Don't forget about producer Will hanging out on Backchannel. So much good stuff right here on Backchannel. And you could do a lot worse than spending your day with the fine folks at Backchannel. Rob Schaefer says, poor dude, too. He wasn't expecting some lady to be at his house for 4 days. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, like when I go on a date, like a first date, which I haven't been on a long time, I am a happily married man. Excuse me while I put on my wedding ring. Bam. There it is. There it is. I am very happily married. And my wife and I, we had the first year of our marriage during the pandemic. And you know what? We didn't get sick of each other. Didn't want to kill each other. I'd call that a win. But when when you go on a first date, you want to keep that like curated, you know? Like, okay, I got a couple of stories in my back pocket, and I know we're just going to be here together for, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. So I'm going to get in, get out. I got my game plan. All of a sudden, it's like 4 days. Yeah, dude's life was on blast. Plus, she was making those videos of him. Yeah, Grasspuddle says, let's hear his side of the story, right? True that. Folks, this has been a fun ride. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, your pal Hal, today. We're going to be back tomorrow at 11 a.m., 2 p.m. on the East Coast. Oh, Travis, your friend just chimed in. And 1 p.m. There you go. 1 p.m. In Omaha, Nebraska. 7 p.m. in Great Britain. All right, you can pull that down, Travis. Before we get out of here, we had a rejected segment that we were going to do, but then we're like, oh no, like this is just weird, and like there's not much to it. It's the rejected segment was Hal strokes his bird like a supervillain. Hal strokes his bird like a supervillain. So it's like we had this bird, but it would just be it's a really one note premise for this rejected segment. So like it would just be like it would have been 10 minutes of just me doing this. I'm doing it,
Yeah,
aren't I?
yeah. We're you're doing the bird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said we're not going to do it, and then I did it.
Yeah.
Folks! Yeah, Travis, every once in a while, I feel like I've done that again. Like we talk about the rejected segment, and then I do the rejected segment, and it's just like, yeah.
It happens.
Folks, that has been the Your Pal Hal show. We're going to work on that for next time, Travis. Big shout out and thank you to producer Travis for holding it down. Producer Travis, best Chiron guy in the biz. Thank you to everyone who hung out with us today. I really had a lot of fun talking to y'all. I'm looking forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Join us, won't you? Thanks to everybody at Backchannel, and be safe out there. Whoop! Bye-bye.